And now comments from Žalgiris head coach Martin Schiller. Please, coach, your comment about the game.
First of all, we're extremely happy about the win. Both teams obviously could have won the game, and it's the beauty of the game if you're on the winning side, and then it hurts if you're on the losing side. It's just what it is. I think both teams deserve to win the game. For us, the biggest key in this game was to play it extremely physical, because we knew that Munich plays very physical defense. So matching that physicality was very important. Our guys did a good job there. In the second half, we did not reward ourselves with the rebounds. We defended well, but then we couldn't rebound the ball. That hurt a little bit, especially in the fourth quarter. But again, we're extremely happy about the win. We're extremely happy that the win came across on the defensive end with good physicality and good alertness. And yeah, I can only wish my guys, my players, Merry Christmas.
Okay, first of all, the questions from fans who watched the game virtually at home.
Good evening, Coach.
Hey.
So the fans asked, did the last possession go as planned?
I already said before, when I took this job, I was told on the last possession the basketball has to go to Marius Kagonis, so it went like planned.
Okay, thank you. And what was the plan in the last defensive possession? Did you consider to foul to have the last possession?
The plan was to no. The plan was not to foul. The plan was to guard it and stop the opponent, which unfortunately didn't work out.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Jonai?
Coach, just a bit to expand on that last possession by Marius. Players mentioned that there were some options on that possession. Can you expand on that? What were the options?
Yona, what's up? Milas came off. There was a look to Milas. There was a look to Nigel, and then Marius came off. So he was basically, the third open guy. For us, the biggest key was throw the ball to the first open guy. It didn't matter to whom. Now it looks nice, and I can answer the question was yes, the ball was supposed to go to Marius. But the ball was supposed to go to the first open guy, in all honesty. And Marius ended up being the first open guy, so that's how it went.
Donati?
Coach, can you comment how Marius was growing throughout the whole season to become the guy who can make shots like this?
For me, he's taken on the role that was given to him, and that's not an easy task. Like being pushed into the complete spotlight and being the guy who, takes those shots, being the guy who gets a lot of touches, being the guy who the team relies on a lot on the offensive end. Not only, but a lot. That's not an easy task. It's nice. Every player says yes, I'll take it, but you've got to also fulfill that role. And Marius has really fulfilled that role well. And I think he's done a very, very good job so far.
Jonai?
Coach, Bayern took away your threes, and as you mentioned, it was a physical game. You had to respond with that physicality. What just it shows about your team being able to adapt to a team like Bayern and hold the ground and take away this victory?
To me, the biggest thing is that the group is putting a good emphasis on the defensive end of the basketball, and that for me in this month of December has been the most important thing, and the guys have really done a good job there on the defensive end. And Other than that, the quality to adapt, I mean, you know, as I said before, the quality of the players and also the mental capacity of the players in our locker room is extremely high. They are so experienced and, you know, they help each other out. So that's something they can do. They can do well. But again, in the bigger picture, I'm happy about the defensive focus and intensity they have been bringing lately.
Donati?
Wade Baldwin was really important for Munich in the past few games. How did you manage to contain him and to make him play one of the worst games of the season?
I will agree with you, Nate. Wade is extremely important for them, especially with Lucic out, you know. And you know, he's got extremely good qualities at driving the basketball to the rim, and then he's a phenomenal pull-up shooter. I know him pretty well from the G League. I played a lot against him. He was obviously, you know, with Portland, but then played a lot of G League minutes with the Dallas Mavericks team. So I played him quite a lot. You know, I thought the guys did a good job. You know, Tom was locked in. Tom, you know, was focused on the one-on-one matchup, and it's not easy to guard him. You know, Luki was obviously missing a little bit of size, but did a very good job too, and was like, you know, getting his hands on basketballs and being disruptive. So I just think the credit goes to the guys who guarded him.
Joni?
Coach, about a month ago, there was some kind of an issue with bench not being vocal enough. Tonight, the bench was so vocal that it got technical foul. Just how did you react to that?
I was upset in the moment where it happened, but to be very honest, you can't be upset as a coach. Like if the bench is emotional on a call, and if the bench is so emotional and so active, you know, and has been this active and this emotional like throughout the first 16 games, and then suddenly gets a technical foul for it, which is fine because the referee also warned us. So the call itself was totally fine. But I acted as if I'm unhappy, but I can't really be unhappy with the guys. You know, you can't control that.
Donati?
Coach, can you tell us in detail who said to you that the ball has to be in Grigonis' hands in the last possessions? What kind of conversation it was?
Oh, that's more. It's more something that, you know, basketball people who I talk to when discussing our roster was a topic. You know, knowing him from Berlin times, just knowing that he's got the quality, you know, to have the ball in his hands in the end of the game. So it was not Paulius or somebody who, you know, enforced this. It was more like, you know, coaches and assistant coaches and scouts like discussing players.
Donati?
In the end of the second quarter, there was some scuffle on the court. You also ran on the court. In your eyes, what happened in that situation?
To be honest, I really don't know. I don't even know who got the unsportsmanlike foul. Yankee did, and then I think Reynolds on their side, or Johnson. Reynolds, right? But I really don't know what happened, and everything was fine afterwards, so I don't know.
Joni?
Coach, two questions about this Christmas. Is there going to be a Christmas break for the team now? And would you have some special message for Žalgiris fans before this unusual Christmas?
Yes, so to answer the question number one, there will be a short break. There will be a short break of 2 days. The guys have really earned themselves a break. And then we've got to get back on track quickly, but it's important also for the mental side. You know, the guys have been working, the guys have been doing a good job, and I really believe they earned they earned this. You could argue that perhaps it's smarter to come back after 1.5 days or whatever, but again, the mental side is very important. So that's the one thing. The other thing is the Žalgiris fans, all I can say is that my assistant coaches over there in the locker room, they said this was a fantastic win and an awesome shot in the end, but how great would it have been if the fans would have been here, right? The sports director for FC Bayern Munich, Daniele Bayesi, came to me before the game and said also hey, you have to wait until the fans show up here because it turns into a whole different thing, And again, we could feel it a little bit with 5,000. It felt like 10,000, but obviously we're really looking forward to having the fans in the gym again. So this is what I can tell them, number one, Merry Christmas to everybody and thanks for supporting the way you can support. I know you guys are supporting us, through social media and everything that you can do and basically watching the games, but again, I want everybody to know that we can't wait for having this arena filled up again with the crazy, white and green fans.
Martynai?
Coach, NBA teams recently waived a lot of players. Anything interesting for Žalgiris, maybe?
Generally speaking, yes, because players that are cut from NBA rosters are obviously good players, but this is a general thing because you ask a general question. To be precise, no, because we're not going to make any changes.
Okay, thank you, Coach, and everyone. Have a really good Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Sivet, lažybos, lošimo automatai, ruletė. Neatsakingas lošimas gali sukelti priklausomybę.